Hello everyone, my name is MrHurriicane. Welcome back to the Minnesota Gophers Dynasty. The Gophers are on the road today to take on number 5, Illinois, as these two teams square off to become the front runner in this West Division. It's Minnesota's number 1 ranked defense against Illinois' number 1 ranked offense. This might be the matchup of the regular season. Minnesota's played in some very tough matchups this season, but played their best football in those games. But they haven't seen a team like Illinois, and we'll see how Minnesota handles this challenge here on the road in Week 11. Brandon Jones from 6 yards deep, and here comes the speedy wideout. He's up to the 20-yard line and stopped right there. We've seen this Minnesota offense make steady improvements over the last few games. Can they continue their promising play? 1st and 10, off tackle goes T.J. Jackson. He shed 1 tackle but is stopped after a short gain. Jackson with 630 rushing yards on the season. Here's Gallagher's first pass of the day, and it was almost intercepted. Gallagher looking for Nick Wilkerson, and the linebacker almost made the play. 3rd down and 8, here's the blitz. Gallagher hit but stays upright. Works left and passes back right. Open is Clint Porter, and he's up into Illini territory. 33 yards on the gain. All thanks to Gallagher withstanding that first hit. Now a jet sweep, and here's Brandon Jones out to the right side. He's across the 35-yard line and taken down after a 10-yard pickup. Good start for Minnesota, just shy of the 30 now as Jackson is stopped for a loss. That's Matthew McCoy, who nearly had the interception a little bit earlier. 2 receivers on the right side. On 2nd down, Gallagher floats out to his left and connects on the move to Lee James, and that's a gain of 5. Now another 3rd down for Minnesota. 3rd and 5, but the left guard moved, and that's going to back him up. 3rd down and 10. Gallagher to the air. Good pocket. Going down the middle. Long. It's knocked away. Looking for Michael Williams, not Marcus this time. And with the deflection, it's again Matthew McCoy showing his range. Minnesota leads 3-0 as we'll see our first look of this high-scoring Illinois offense. They have the 2nd best passing offense, led by the senior quarterback Edmund Sanders. On 1st and 10, Sanders hit, ball came out, and Illinois will keep it, but it's Greg Kelly on the first drop back. And I'm sure we're going to see this pass defense tested even more today as Illinois does focus on throwing. 2nd down and 24 as Sanders hits his first pass to the outside. That's their leading wideout, Robbie Ransom. Setting up 3rd down and still along 13. Sanders outside, man is open. It's Joe Blanchard across the 40 of Minnesota. The Gophers give up a big gain of 51 yards. There was nobody even close to him. Illinois now in scoring range, 2nd down. Sanders again in trouble and brought down from behind by Ricky Jack. That's the 2nd sack on this opening drive for Illinois. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Sanders pressured again, but hooks up with Robbie Ransom. He hung on to it down to the 2. Look at the hit by LaShawn Smith, but it wasn't strong enough to jar the ball free. Illinois facing 1st and goal. Here's the fullback, Phillips, and he's rocked by Josh Mackey. In a stack formation on 2nd down, again Sanders will throw, and he looked to take off, but instead he's sacked by John Rice. Minnesota has their 3rd sack, and now 3rd down and goal. Sanders fakes to Blanchard, pressure picked up, he looks to take off, and is denied the end zone. Mackey and Walker were there, and they're keeping the offense on the field. 4th and goal, Illinois trying to make a statement, and Kenny Blanchard is in for the touchdown. That's the Heisman candidate, Kenny Blanchard. They kept him quiet until they needed him the most. Minnesota gives up an opening drive touchdown. How often have we seen that this season? Go for a ball, and they try to get Jackson going on 1st down, but he meets McCoy after a short pickup. Illinois getting a good push up front, and now sweeping left. Here's Chauncey Thornton with a block from T.J. Jackson. He appears to have a go for 1st down. Again, that offset pistol look. 1st and 10. Gallagher outside to Clint Porter. He bounces off one defender and picks up 18 yards. The Gophers are now near midfield. 2 tight ends in the game. 2 guards pull, and here's a wall of blockers leading the way for T.J. Jackson. That's an 18-yard run. Minnesota back on the move, 1st down. Good coverage, Gallagher takes off. And he lost the football, but Minnesota keeps it. Fumbles have been Gallagher's issue. He's lucky he didn't lose that one. A triple option look. Here's Jackson on the outside, not escaping the safety. Solid tackle after a 3-yard pickup. Just a few seconds to go in this opening quarter. Third down, Gallagher. They chase him out to his left. Gallagher extends the play, now fires off the mark for Marcus Williams, and they'll send on the field goal unit once again. So Minnesota has moved the ball well twice now, and Shane Wood drills a second field goal, but they still trail Illinois. We have a quick update though, and this is a big one. Number 3 Penn State currently losing to 2-6 Michigan. Definitely keep an eye on that matchup. Illinois football, 4 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's a blitz, and Sanders is hit once again. Now it's Tony Hunter. Everybody on this defensive line has gotten to him at least once. Second down and 10. Sanders outside, and Ransom made a great play, showing strong hands coming back for the football. Third down and 1. The fullback Phillips carries up the middle, and Minnesota surrenders a 3rd and short conversion. Offset backfield, and here is Kenny Blanchard for the second time. He powered through Reggie Carter. How often do you see that? Gain of 6. They're not really testing this Gopher run defense much. Now a 3rd and 4. Protection holds up, and Sanders connects again. It's Robbie Ransom. These are not easy catches, and that's his 4th grab already. In Gopher territory on the 2nd straight possession, Sanders almost throws a pick to Josh Mackey. He did not see him sitting there. Facing a 3rd down and 10, now a 3-man rush from the Gophers, and Sanders was hit by Josh Mackey. The pass rush has heated up early, and Illinois is forced to punt. We've seen both sides move the ball very effectively so far. Minnesota just trailing by 1 in the 2nd, as Jackson gets a lane on the 2nd down handoff to pick up 8. 2 tight ends on the field. On 3rd and 2, it's Jackson again for a 1st down, shy of the 35-yard line. Now they spread things out. Marcus Williams in the slot. 4-man rush. Gallagher under pressure, but gets the pass away, and there's Marcus Williams. They cleared out a huge opening, and Williams picks up 29. Thornton now in the game. He stays in to block. Gallagher has to escape the pocket out to his left. Hit again, lets it fly deep, and it's off the hands of Nick Wilkerson. And that could have been 6. Minnesota faced with 3rd down and 8. Here's the blitz. Gallagher hit again, and he just got the throw off incomplete. And for the 3rd straight possession, they bring out Shane Wood. A 52-yard try this time, and Wood hits it again. The Gophers lead 9-7. Pretty exciting first half of action so far as Sanders whips the screen outside, and Blanchard broke a tackle. Another defender missed. Blanchard all the way inside the Gopher 35 and finally tracked down by Carter. Eric Lemon missed the tackle. LaShawn Smith tripped. That is way too many extra yards. On 2nd down, back in scoring range, Sanders hits Nate Hill, and the Illini are now inside the red zone. The I formation behind Sanders as Blanchard bounces it outside, and he picks up the 1st down, picking up 12 on this 1st down carry. In the I formation again, now they run to the right. It's William Romero who won't get past Reggie Carter. He's stopped for a loss of 2. 4 linebackers for Minnesota, and Romero is stopped again for a loss. Back-to-back plays by Reggie Carter. Blanchard re-enters on 3rd down and goal, and Greg Kelly puts Sanders down again. Look at the spin move as he slides inside, showing his versatility. Minnesota's been all over Sanders in the backfield today, but Illinois with this field goal has recaptured the lead by 1. Here's an update on that Penn State-Michigan game. And still the Wolverines lead. They've opened it up now. In the 3rd quarter, they lead by 20. Could be some big things going down in Ann Arbor today. Minnesota football now. Gallagher down the middle. He connects again with Marcus Williams for a 1st down. Following an 18-yard pickup, here's a handoff for Jackson. Sweeping to the edge, showing off the speed. In Illini territory, here he goes to the 15-5 touchdown, TJ Jackson. The running game has triumphantly returned, and TJ Jackson has turned his entire season around. This is 7th rushing touchdown. Up by 5, trying to make it a 7-point game. Pressure again. Gallagher floats out left, has to make something happen, and that was not a good throw at all. Minnesota leads 15-10. 2.5 to go in the first half as Blanchard weaves left, showing pretty good vision, and Blanchard picks up 9 on this first carry. But both offenses have definitely impressed me so far, as 3rd and 1 just became 3rd and 6 with a false start. Sanders now to the air. He has to throw it away as he saw Tony Hunter incoming. Gophers finally get a stop. Now the offense gets to play with the lead as they'll try the sweep again, but Jackson is forced back to the inside and only picks up 3. 2 receivers right, 3rd and 7. Gallagher fires left and completes the pass. Marcus Williams there again, 15 yards and a first down. In Illini territory, 2 receivers go deep, and Gallagher takes the underneath option, but Porter can't make the reception, and he was shaken up at the end of this play. We'll see if Clint Porter can return. For now, Brandon Jones takes the field. On 2nd down, pass complete on the slant. It's Lee James for a gain of 7. Clint Porter right back in the game, 3rd and 3. Against the blitz, Gallagher hits Porter underneath, and he picks up the first down. Minnesota on the move, 32 seconds left to go. Gallagher with good protection. Down the middle, it's Marcus Williams. It's his first touchdown of the season. Finally, the senior reunites with the end zone as the Gophers have opened up a 22-10 lead. Illinois trying to cut into this lead if they can before halftime as Sanders whips the pass out to the left-hand side, complete to Brian Wright. Illinois needs a conversion here, 3rd and 5. Hunter with pressure, pass goes outside, and Hill is stopped by Reggie Carter. Illinois once again stopped, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. It's been a very good game so far, but Minnesota definitely took control in that second quarter. Illinois put together a great start to this game, but Minnesota showed why they're the #1 ranked team in that second quarter by putting together 2 strong touchdown possessions, and their defense stepped things up, and they've applied pressure this entire game. Illinois needs to establish their offense again, and here is Kenny Blanchard on 2nd down. Good push up front, good vision, gain of 8. To the air now on 2nd down. Sanders pressured again, but gets the pass outside to Robbie Ransom. Somehow wasn't sacked again by Greg Kelly. Minnesota has continued to apply that pressure. Now Sanders with time fires down the middle and connects. That's Brian Wright. If he gets time, his receivers are getting open. To the air again off the play fake. Sanders fires to the sideline and Blanchard makes the catch. Perfect ball placement from Edmund Sanders, and that was pretty good coverage by Ronnie Osborne. It's 1st and goal Illinois. Back to the ground game. Inside goes Kenny Blanchard for his 2nd touchdown. That's the drive they were looking for. Good job on the ground by Blanchard, and Sanders made some big throws. 22-17 here in the 3rd as the Gophers take over, and TJ Jackson finds an open lane and picks up an 8-yard carry. 2 tight ends in the game now against the zone coverage. Gallagher patient and fires outside. It's TJ Jackson for a first down, powering ahead to midfield after a catch and run of 19. Now in a 3-wide look, a shotgun counter, and Jackson won't go far, but was kind of thrown forward a bit, 4-yard pickup. Can they extend the drive? 3rd down. Gallagher in trouble and throws it short for TJ Jackson. Pressure has played a major role on both sides, and that's a big stop for Illinois. Illinois ball here in the 3rd quarter, still trailing by 5, as Sanders fires outside and connects. Nate Hill bouncing off defenders and almost reaching midfield. Now in a 2 tight end package, Sanders firing to the sideline, and Blanchard's there again. He's had a big day. There's 11 yards. Offset eye on 3rd and short, and Blanchard is stopped. The pulling guard couldn't get to Vincent Walker in time, and the Gophers get another stop. Minnesota ball at their own 20. They like to start their drives with TJ Jackson, who breaks the tackle of McCoy and takes it for a gain of 4. 1:50 to go in this 3rd quarter. It's a 2nd down against another zone. A swing out to TJ Jackson, and he appears to be close to the first down marker. 3rd down and short. Minnesota in the shotgun. Here's Jackson, and now he's denied the first down. Now it's the defenses taking control of this game. Still 22-17, 41 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. From the offset eye, Blanchard up the middle. Mackey missed the tackle, and that's a first down run of 12. 8 defenders in the box, but Sanders will pass. Short complete, there is Hicks, and that will pick up 8. Could be the last play of the third quarter. Sanders on second and short. Open man is Hill. He makes the catch, and that puts Illinois very close to field goal range. Now it's an empty look from Illinois. Sanders on second down to the sideline. There's Phillips, and he has it inside the 20. The Illini are on the move. Fake to Blanchard. Sanders fires complete. It's Hill again inside the 5. It's been a big second half for Nate Hill, and they're very close to taking the lead. On first down and goal, big hole up the middle. Third touchdown on the day for Kenny Blanchard. Another strong drive for Illinois. Now they'll go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. Sanders off his back foot, throws a pick, and Osborne can return this. This could give the Gophers the lead right back. He's across the 45. Can he make it? 30 to the 20 and cut from behind. That would have been the ultimate counter by Minnesota, but for now they trail by 1. And it looks like the Wolverines are going to knock off number 3, Penn State. Minnesota ball, they trail by 1 here in the fourth quarter. Motion man in carrying is Brandon Jones. Jackson out in front makes a block in Illinois territory, and Jones is brought down after a run of 20 yards. Gophers in a 3-wide pistol look. Now it's Jackson on first down. Room up the middle. A block from Grigsby as Jackson works left and is down to the 5. 33 yards there for TJ Jackson. 4 receivers on first and goal. Gallagher short complete as James is hit after a pickup of 4. Second and goal from the 2. Minnesota goes empty. Watch out! Gallagher lost the football. It's recovered by Illinois. Zach Turner missed the block and allowed a clean hit on Tim Gallagher. They have turned it over, and they were that close to taking the lead. That puts the defense in a tough spot as Sanders is hit on first down by Greg Kelly for a big loss of 4. After the failed option attempt, now a handoff as Blanchard gets past Mackey, lowers the shoulders and picks up 10. Now it's 3rd and 4. Looking for a big stop. Minnesota sends 5. Sanders takes off and is sacked. Greg Kelly there again as he has made history. With his 3rd sack of the day, Greg Kelly has set the Minnesota career sack record. Thankfully, Minnesota got the ball back quickly. First down, and Jackson has nowhere to go. Nothing but orange jerseys in front. A first down will put them in field goal range. Good protection on second down, and Gallagher hits Porter short, and he will pick up the first down on that gain of 11. Now can Minnesota just get closer? Jackson on 1st and 10, up the middle this time for positive yardage. There's a gain of 6. They're letting the clock run. 1 second on the play clock, and they snap it. Jackson on second down through a lane. Picks up another Gopher first down inside the 20. Play clock again going down. They snap it with 1. Now a counter. Here's Thornton to the outside. Inside the 15 and dragged down near the 10. Nearing the 30-second mark. Gallagher hands off and Jackson takes it outside. He is stopped shy of the marker, but Illinois has not used their timeouts yet. They're instead going to try and ice Shane Wood. Here it is, a 26-yard attempt to win the game, and Shane Wood has done it! And the Gophers remain unbeaten. Certainly their toughest matchup of the season, but Minnesota again emerges victorious, 25-23. TJ Jackson is your player of the game. He had the big first half touchdown, racking up 176 on the day. This was the first big matchup of the season that really lived up to the hype. Number 1 offense versus number 1 defense. And we saw why their offense is rated so highly. Edmund Sanders played well today despite a lot of pressure. He still made a lot of big throws, and his receivers, specifically Blanchard and Ransom, did a great job. I thought Kenny Blanchard did a good job running the football, but obviously running wasn't going to be their emphasis against, obviously, our number 1 ranked run defense. Our offense was just much more balanced. We had a big running day from TJ Jackson. Gallagher threw for over 200 yards on 15 completions, and we were just a little more consistent than they were. With Illinois losing their second game, Nebraska is now the number 1 contender in the West. They're 1 game behind us. And in the East, Penn State lost, so now it's going to be a pretty good battle between them and Ohio State, with nobody else even close. The top 5 is now Minnesota, Georgia Tech, UCF, Georgia, and Notre Dame, with Nebraska very close behind. We will meet the Huskers in 2 weeks. We have a game against the Wisconsin Badgers before that. And Wisconsin has not had a very good season. Their program is very much in kind of a rebuilding mode. If you look at their rankings, their strength seems to be pass defense, but they're not very good at rush defense. They don't have a lot of top-tier talent as we take a look at the roster here in a moment. They've had a very inconsistent season, a couple losing streaks. They have some good defensive talent. They have a quarterback who's had a very up and down season, the junior Steven Robinson from Minnesota, ironically. He has put up 14 touchdowns this year to 12 interceptions. Wisconsin just isn't the football program they used to be. And we'll see if Minnesota can defeat them to record their 10th win of the season and keep another rivalry trophy in Minneapolis. That is it for today. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Let me know which players impressed you the most in this victory down below in the comment section, along with any other feedback that you have. And hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys when Minnesota takes on Wisconsin next week in Week 12. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day.